Did you know Rihanna underwent military training in Barbados? 'Cause we sure didn't. For the star's full history and what to expect from her Super Bowl halftime show, stick around. Rihanna was born on February 20th of 1988 as Robin Rihanna Fenty. Yep, that's right, Rihanna is actually her middle name. Fenty grew up in the Barbados as the oldest of three and was interested in music from a very young age.
And you cast the fears aside, and you know you can survive.
Her favorite genres to listen to growing up were reggae, Caribbean music, R&B, and American hip-hop. Rihanna had a bit of a rough childhood as her father struggled with addiction and her parents divorced when she was 14 years old. Along with this, Rihanna dealt with crippling migraines for years while growing up. Apparently, she even attempted to hide this from friends and classmates so she would seem normal. And it was when Rihanna was 11 that she went through training with the Barbados Cadets Corps, a program that would set up teens for military success. All this to say that she's always been tough. At just 15, Rihanna and two of her friends ended up getting an audition in front of Evan Rogers, who saw her talent immediately. A little less than a year later, Rihanna left Barbados and moved to Connecticut with her producer to start recording her demo album. Eventually, Rogers ended up landing Rihanna an audition in front of Jay-Z and Def Jam Records. And here's how she felt going into it.
Working experience for me, actually. It was really scary. I'll never forget that day. I met with Jay-Z, and before I met him, I was really nervous, like I was shaking. But he's such a cool guy. The atmosphere was really comfortable.
And Rihanna blew Jay-Z away. So much so, in fact, that he signed her on the spot. Just a few months later, RiRi released her first single in 2005. Pon de Replay, a reggae club remix that hit number 2 on the top Billboard 100. Pretty good for your first single. This established Rihanna as the next up-and-coming pop artist, as the singer went on to pump out 3 more albums: Music of the Sun, A Girl Like Me, and Good Girl Gone Bad. And with Good Girl Gone Bad came a shift in Rihanna's image and music. As the title suggests, Rihanna shed her teenage style and transformed into the badass, risque artist she's known as today. Now, since her original rise to fame, Rihanna has been up to quite a lot. The artist has acted in multiple films including Battleship and Ocean's 8, and she went through a very rough breakup with Chris Brown, who, as we all know now, abused her and was exposed to be the dirtbag of a human he is. After this, Rihanna went on to become a spokesperson for domestic abuse, inspiring survivors all over the world to speak up and out. She also launched her own lingerie line under the name Savage X Fenty, which has gained a ton of acclaim for being incredibly inclusive in their sizing options. Not to mention welcoming her first kid, a son, in May of 2022, with father and fellow rapper A$AP Rocky. Now, let's get into the Super Bowl. Rihanna took a break from music after releasing her last album, Anti, in 2016 to focus on her entrepreneurial efforts. While this was disappointing to fans around the world, it looks like we're about to get a glimpse of Rihanna in all her musical glory one more time. Rihanna has signed on to perform at the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. This show could be interesting for a couple reasons. It's the first halftime show in a decade to not be sponsored by Pepsi, as Apple Music will instead take the reins. And knowing Rihanna's close ties to Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Eminem, there's a chance you might see some of these names and more pop up on stage. Are you excited for the halftime show of 2023? Did we miss anything in Rihanna's rise to stardom? Let us know what you think and what you want to hear about next.